This is all review. You see this in 7th grade. Who can tell me what's the formula for slope? Everybody says it all the time. Thank you for saying it. Unfortunately, it goes in that box over there. That's what we call slope-intercept form. What's the formula for finding slope of an equation between 2 points? I don't know how we remember that, but we have to. If we can't get it now, we won't get it on the ACT. I can promise that. You got to find a way to remember that. I don't know how to make it stick in your brain. Point slope form, y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Does everybody see how you get point slope form if you simply have m over 1 and you just cross multiply? Do you see how those become the same? Whereas 1, you got the other. Simple as that. Horizontal lines. What do you know about a horizontal line? What's the slope of a horizontal line? 0. M equals 0. And it has an equation of y equals a number, and that's a horizontal line. How about a vertical line? What's the slope of a vertical line? Undefined. So m is undefined. And it has the equation of x equals. Kind of a graphic organizer I use for slope is this. Slope is positive, slope is negative, slope is 0, slope is undefined. What do you know about lines that are parallel? Same slope. What do you know about lines that are perpendicular? What about their slopes? Opposite reciprocals. 2 parts, opposite and reciprocal, not just one thing, 2 operations. We make it opposite in terms of value and flip it. Okay, find the slope of the line through the following points. Try those 4 on your own, see if you come up with what I got. Okay, ready, go. Do you have what I have? Thank you. Any other mistakes? When I looked at B, I noticed that the slope was undefined right away. That's because the x values do not change. If the x values do not change, that means x is equal to -3 is the line. It's a vertical line that has an undefined slope. Similarly, when I looked at this one, I saw the -2's, they don't change. So therefore, it's a horizontal line, y equals -2. The slope is 0. Let's skip A and do B. Now we want to write equations for lines. Right equation for line is a slope of -2/3 and passes through 6, -1. Every time you see these directions, write down your slope and a point. We're given the point, it's 6, -1, and your slope is -2/3. Every time you need to be able to use these 2 pieces in order to write your equation. Once you have those, you're good to go. Y plus 1 is equal to -2/3 times x minus 6. Once you have the equation written in point slope form, transform it into slope intercept form. Y plus 1 is equal to -2/3 x. -2 times -6 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. Y is equal to -2/3 x plus 3. Is that coming back to you? So what about letter C? What's different? Very good. Every time, folks, write down slope and point. Those are the 2 things that we need every single time. We are given the point. Which one would you like to use? 2, -1. Find the slope. We'll use our slope formula. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. -7 minus a -1, I've got -6 over 2. Slope is -3. Now we go to our point slope form. Y plus 1 is equal to -3 times x minus 2. Y plus 1 is -3x plus 6. Y is -3x plus 5. Every time you see the directions, write an equation for a line that you always list slope and point. Write an equation for a line that passes through -3, 2, and it's parallel to 3x minus 5y equals 11. I know that the point is -3, 2. How in the world do I find my slope? Put this line into slope-intercept form and then use that to determine the new slope. -5y is equal to -3x plus 11. Divide by -5. Y equals 3 over 5x minus 11 over 5. So what's my new slope? 3/5. It didn't say perpendicular. We don't do the opposite reciprocal yet. Y what? Minus 2 equals 3/5 times what? X plus 3. I'm going to deal with the fraction. Y minus 2 equals 3/5 x plus, what's 3/5 times 3? 9/5. So I have to add 2 to both sides. 2 is the same thing as 10/5. So y equals 3/5 x plus 19/5. All right, let's see what you got. You've got your point is 4, -8. Very good. And then your slope, you had to put this in slope-intercept form. 2y is equal to 4x minus 1. Divide by 2, and you get y is equal to 2x minus 1/2. So the slope of that line is 2. So what's the slope of the new line? -1/2. Perpendicular. Please make sure that you read that. Y plus 8 is equal to -1/2 times x minus 4. So y plus 8 is equal to -1/2 x plus 2. Y is -1/2 x minus 6. That's the correct answer. These two look ridiculously difficult. They are super easy. You talk with the partner and see if you can figure them out. We'll go over them in a minute, 30 seconds. Go. What kind of line is it? If it's a horizontal line, what's slope? So then you could go through like that, or you just think about it, folks. You just think about it. If it's a horizontal line, what kind of line is parallel to a horizontal line? Another horizontal line. So I just need to know the y value that this passes through. What's the y value it passes through? What kind of line is x equals -5 over 129? It's a vertical line. What kind of line is parallel to a vertical line? Another vertical line. What's the x value it passes through? 6 to the pi. It is strange. But just think. I wonder if that number, 6 to the pi power, has ever been used. And how bad does that number then feel? I mean, like the number 3 gets used all the time in class. 2 gets used all the time in math. But this one, that's its day to shine. I do. That's why I brought it up. You know what I mean? Never got talked about. Maybe never in the history of mathematics has anybody talked about that number except in this class. Exactly. Or what about pi to the pi power? Oh, I should think that that is a better chance to be talked about than that one. Or how about 6 to the pi to the root of 2 to the pi to the e to the 3.1? What about that number? Blah. Oh, you want to talk about Graham's number, huh? All right. Smart guy right there. Tomorrow we're going to have Get to Know Graham's Number led by Jack. Later, YouTube.